G'day y'all, we're back on the internet together again today, and we're talking about crime wave in Melbourne. Home invasions, robberies, break-ins, you name it. Another day, another article, another video, another crime spree.
Police are warning homeowners to lock their doors after 5 teenagers went on a late-night Bayside crime rampage. They're accused of breaking into 4 homes, stealing cars and leading police on a dangerous high-speed chase.
A stolen car dumped, teenage boys scatter, scrambling to escape police, jumping fences, one climbing a roof.
We've got 3.
After a wild chase across Melbourne's southeast, clocking speeds of up to 145 k's.
Whatever happened to just having a couple of beers down the local park, smash a few mannies, smash a few double happiness, pack of durries with your mates. Whatever happened to that? Let's just go steal some cars. Got to up the antics a little bit. It's out of hand.
Red there, near miss was southbound traffic.
Officers ended the spree in Bentley, arresting 5 teens. They're accused of terrorising 4 Bayside families, all with young children. In Brighton East, a family's brand new Porsche was stolen during a home invasion. At a Hampton property, they tried to come through a doggy door as a mother breastfed her child, but was scared off.
Far out. Imagine that. Imagine you're the husband in your home and you see some bloke pop his head through the doggy door. You'd kick it straight back out, wouldn't you? You'd probably get sued for that, though, here in Melbourne. Oh, that's assault. That person who was trying to rob your house, you kicked them straight in the face and now they're going to sue you. Have a think about this, though. How brazen are these thieves walking up? There's not a ounce of fear or caution, really. They're just walking straight up the driveway, straight up the side of the house. It's astronomical, just the lack of fear. Now, does it have to do with a lack of consequences? Who knows? I think with these kids under 16, if that's what they are, or even under 18, they get a pretty light slap on the wrist for all these sort of infractions. So what is it, go out and I'm out on bail. Back out to do it next week.
Then the teens entered another home 2 streets away, taking a red MG.
And then there was 2 policemen coming up the street talking on their radios, and they were saying, oh yes, there's guys with machetes.
A 16-year-old from Casey has been remanded to appear in court with 4 others expected to be charged. Victims of this latest crime spree told 7 News the government and courts are failing them.
People are frustrated.
I could have told them that. I make these kind of videos all the time. So the machete bins aren't working. That's a little bit of feedback for good old Jacinta. Now, this video it was only 2 hours old at the time of recording, so by the time you guys see it, probably half a day. This was in Bayside, so this is a wealthy area in Melbourne, i.e. they're talking about Bentley and Brighton and places like that. Crime Central.
Like, we're frustrated. Police members are doing a magnificent job, but we can't be everywhere.
There's nothing to stop them doing it again.
Geordie Wright, 7 News.
Yeah, there is. You just have a cricket bat next to the door. Hit him for 6, bit of a cut shot. All right, so today's video, we're going to make up a number of shorter programs. Now, these news reports, they're all mostly from Melbourne, and they're all within about the last month or two. Some of them very recent, and some of them, as I said, going back a couple of months. So this is from today as well.
Crime in Victoria.
So this video is called Melbourne's Crime Rate is the Worst Ever, and it's the admission from the police.
Has reached an all-time high, driven largely by youth offenders. Senior police have described it as a perfect storm, one saying he hasn't seen anything like it in his 40-year career.
Chronic offending laid bare.
Look at this shit.
As new data reveals almost half of the state's crime is committed by less than 1% of the population.
People are frustrated.
Far out, mate. These guys are just hitting each other with machetes. It's nuts. Who thinks that's a good idea? I don't know what human being can hold a machete and go, you know what, I'm going to hit somebody with this. over just about nothing. What some I'm the Chadston gang and you're the Doncaster gang, and yeah, you said something about me on Facebook, so we're going to come down and hit you with a machete. I just can't fathom how a normal human brain, obviously they're not, right, they're animals, but a normal human brain goes, yeah, that's a really good idea. I'm just going to whack somebody with that.
Like we're frustrated.
We've seen some 77,500 arrests, a record number.
Aggravated burglaries are up by 21%. Youth offenders are responsible for almost half of them. Kids make up 12% of all offenders. But
Look at this shit. They're fucking walking around with a fucking sword. What is going on? I really would love to know what the real catalyst of this is, because it is just getting out of hand. Not getting out of hand, is out of hand and has been getting out of hand for a long time. But now it's making mainstream. But really, what's the underlying catalyst here? Lack of hope, cost of living crisis biting underprivileged families. So these kids just going out and going, you know what, stuff it. I've got no options anyway. Never going to be able to get out of this hole that I'm in. You know, they're not seeing the opportunities in life. So they go, well, might as well just have a crack, go steal some cigarettes, think about today, think about 5 minutes from now, go commit these crimes without really considering the future. Or maybe they're just assholes, either one. I know, put in the comments, what do you guys think?
60% of robberies.
1,100 of these 10 to 17-year-olds or thereabouts are charged on 7,000 plus times. The first approach to preventing crime is to deter crime by having a visible police presence.
But here in Broadmeadows, the violent knife fight happened just across the road from the local police station. The physical presence of the law, no deterrent at all. The number of youth offenders refused bail is up by 46%. The fastest growing crime in Victoria, theft from cars. The number one item, number plates. Theft in general is on the rise. Retail...
That's a recent one. I reckon this chick was on ice or something. I'm not sure if you guys would have seen this, but it was all over the news. She's just middle of the day. This is in Melbourne CBD. One of those upper market, designer clothes stores, just kicking the door in. People are just standing there doing nothing about it.
Crime is up. Car theft is up 42%. A record 2 in family violence, with more than 8,000 arrested, more than 16,000 times. You can't confidently say, though, that this time next year they'll be down.
There's no quick fix here. This is about long-term work that needs to be done.
Jacqueline Stanley, 7 News.
And what do you do? I think, to my understanding, the prisons are at breaking point as well. They're full. But these kids, what do you do with them? How do you teach them a lesson? I don't know, put them in a desert for a couple of years, in the middle of the desert in the outback, working in a slave colony, digging holes or making number plates and shit like that. Make it worse than prison. Then they won't do it. Well, who knows, they probably will. It's probably better than not being able to eat or something. Who knows what's really driving this? As I said, I find it interesting. It's very shocking, though, this is happening. And, Melbourne's really gone to shit. Have we got more here? Teens charged in Melbourne with a home invasion spree. Good on Natasha. Is this Natasha?
Natasha, thank you. Well, 2 teenagers and a 24-year-old man have been slapped with charges for allegedly terrorising a family during a violent home invasion in Melbourne. Let's go live to Jacqueline Stanley. Jacqueline, good afternoon. You have an update from police on this.
2 more homes in Kew have been targeted overnight, Tash. The burglars attempted one robbery around 3 this morning, and when they were unsuccessful, they tried another home, stealing 2 cars within half an hour. They used the back door to get inside, all while the family of 5 were asleep.
Do you think it's the newsreaders in Australia? They've all got that same voice. They must obviously do training in how to deliver their lines, that particular speech style. They all sound the same. Good old Q. These aren't crimes happening out in the sticks.
We woke up and, I was about to leave the house and noticed that the cars are gone. Thinking to myself, we're actually pretty lucky that no one woke up and confronted the intruders. And yeah, because we're just lucky that the kids are.
Look at this headline here. Horror home invasion. Homeowner needs surgery after he was stabbed 11 times. Now this one's from about a month ago.
Okay, and everyone's safe.
3 of the alleged offenders from this weekend's terrifying home invasion have spent their first night in police custody after a magistrate refused bail late yesterday. Each were hit with 7 charges, including false imprisonment and 4 counts of recklessly causing injury at the family home in Melbourne's leafy Inner East. 7 News understands the 39-year-old father who suffered 11 stab wounds has been discharged from hospital and is awaiting surgery on his eye. 2 of the offenders from that incident are on the run, as well as 2 more from this morning's home invasion.
Once again, all right, it's one thing robbing a joint and pretending that you're a threat, wielding a weapon that you're not intending to use. Then they're stabbing someone 11 times. As I said, some serious mental health issues in society, a lack of fear of consequence. It's astonishing. Are people desensitized just from life? Who would, as I said, I can't even think of any scenario I'd stab someone with a knife. Like my brain would actually let me do that. Joints cooked. All right, halfway. Consider subscribing to the channel. If you're new, like, comment, share. Press the hype button to try and get me out there if it does appear in the comments. It's not on every video, so if you can't see it, don't go mad. All right, let's keep getting through these clips. It's going to get more positive as we go. So we've got elderly couples home invasion nightmare in Melbourne's east.
An elderly couple has been held at knife point in a frightening home invasion in Melbourne's east. They were attacked by 4 masked men who made off with a haul of high-end watches and jewellery worth $160,000. They
knew them. They knew them. They knew that those watches are in there. You wouldn't just go to some random joint. You got to know there's some sort of payday in it for that.
After being kicked, stomped on and threatened with a knife by a gang of home invaders, this 67-year-old man looked to his neighbours for help. The man and his 66-year-old wife were imprisoned in their home on Beckett Road, Donvale, for an hour by 4 masked men.
Well, the victims are, they're fearful for their safety.
The gang smashed through a back door and began to assault the couple. A wall was torn open as the crooks searched for a safe. Instead, they grabbed a collection of high-end watches and family heirloom jewellery worth $160,000. The stolen watches include 2 Rolexes. The thugs wore balaclavas, but police have put together striking photo composite images of 2 of the suspects. They are believed to be Pacific Islander in appearance, aged in their 20s, with solid builds. Police believe they used a car to get to Donvale from the western suburbs on the night of the home invasion.
We'll be relentless in our pursuit of identifying them.
That's some pretty good detective work. They used a car, guys. They drove a car around.
These offenders and hopefully putting them before the courts.
9 months on, the 67-year-old man is still suffering panic attacks. He and his wife need ongoing counselling to deal with their trauma. Police have yet to recover any of the valuables. Cameron Bowe, 7 News.
These massive, Samoan, Tongan dudes just kicking the shit out of a 67-year-old frail dude. Yeah, real tough. As I said, knifings, machetes, bashing old people. What's this world coming to?
Good evening. Victoria's crime crisis has surged to record levels, with out-of-control youth offenders responsible for a significant number of shocking and violent offences.
Police admit the scourge is unacceptable, revealing more than 1,000 criminals as young as just 10 have each been arrested 6 times. Penelope Leash has the latest.
Six times? That is just taking the piss.
Sauntering into a pizza shop at Clayton South, allegedly with a homemade gun. The intruder jumps the counter and removes the till that was drilled into the bench after another robbery.
Yeah, very fast. It's a fraction of seconds. That's it. Less than 1 minute.
3 boys and a girl, all aged 14, have been arrested in relation to this robbery and 15 similar incidents this week as Victoria grapples with its worst crime numbers on record.
Well, crime is at its highest rate.
What do you guys reckon? Do you reckon it's drugs? Drugs, or is it's a syndicate? Is it a crime? I've made this theory before. It's like a crime syndicate. You've got some seasoned organised crime people, professionals who are recruiting these children, 10 to 17, because at the end of the day, they get out, they get a slap on the wrist and they get out. And they probably flick them a couple of $100 or a little bit of money here and there. And these kids with not much future, I think it's great money, for half an hour work to go rip a till out of a pizza shop.
In 20 years, and it's clear that more of the same is just not working.
In the 12 months to June, there were more than 638,000 offences recorded, a rise of 15.7%. A group of 1,100 repeat offenders aged 10 to 17 were arrested more than 6 times each, with child offenders responsible for more than 60% of robberies, nearly half of all aggravated burglaries, and at least 1 in 5 car thefts.
I'm confident that the changes that we are making on Victoria Police advice will see those people who are repeat offenders face more serious consequences.
We're seeing more people on remand. I think it'll take a bit more time to sort of identify the impact it's really having on our crime numbers.
Thefts from motor vehicles is the fastest growing and most common crime in the state. Car theft is at the highest level since 2002. Theft from retail stores has continued to increase, and there's been a record number of family violence incidents, with more than 106,000 recorded. Breaches of family violence orders is also on the rise.
I wonder what's driving all that. Like, is it the cost of living? It's driving people to madness. It's just across the board, all different kinds of crime. Whereas family violence, is that between like younger, the younger kids who are out of hand and they punch on with mum or dad because they're unruly.
The new Chief Commissioner has challenged officers to reduce offending by 5%. Next month, he'll outline his plan to target crime across the state.
Yeah, you just walk around with semi-automatic rifle and just start spraying them. That's what you do. I mean, you got to scare the shit out of them. But no, honestly though, and all joking aside, the system is set up for it's a no fear. Okay, they've got no fear or anything. As I said, we've seen people bash. Okay, in this video alone, we've seen cars stolen while families have been asleep. Someone trying to break into someone's house while the mother was feeding a baby through a doggy door. Got an old guy bashed. Another guy stabbed. Pizza shop robbed. Anyway, so we've got a house party one. Bit of a house party horror here in Victoria.
3 men have been stabbed in Melbourne's west as a gang feud descended on a short-stay rental early this morning. Police say batons and hunting knives were used as up to 10 people broke into a house rented out to hold a party. The attackers are still on the run.
A big blade aimed to maim. The target tries to flee, aided by a plea. Right or wrong, they were flung into a car before being set upon by multiple attackers, one of them slashing with the long-bladed weapon. The pursuit didn't last much longer than what's captured in this security vision. 3 men stabbed early this morning in Truganina in Melbourne's west. Officers say up to 10 people broke into a house armed with batons and hunting knives. An 18-year-old and a 24-year-old taken to hospital. Tensions running high in the aftermath. Carnage left behind inside the house, the living room smothered by blood, one of the windows smashed, a broken bottle in amongst the shards on the floor, alcohol with store security tags in a drawer, holes smashed into doors. Police believe what happened is part of a feud between 2 gangs. The house had been rented through an online platform. Neighbours say commotion there is the norm.
I'm threatened, especially with my kids, my family.
If stabbing is happening here next door, how would you feel?
We don't feel safe here.
Neighbours have told us this happens once or twice a month.
No, this is not true.
But the owner concedes it isn't the first time there have been problems.
There is not much information we are getting. So how can we know who is getting the house and who is the tenants? What is their age? We don't know anything.
The address, and there's a number of Airbnbs in the area that have been utilised for gang-related activity.
After a horrible...
That guy, he seemed pretty calm about it, didn't he, the owner? He's like, oh, yeah, just another day in the office, get the insurance. The insurance will sort it out. It's been here, done that. All right, let's move on. All right, got another uplifting story. Hero's son stabbed defending his dad before turning the tables on the intruder in Melbourne's West. Once again, just a few weeks ago.
Armed intruder has come off second best during a violent home invasion in Melbourne's West. The burglar was overpowered by a hero's son who was stabbed several times as he tried to defend his elderly father.
Chasing down a burglar, a furious son defending his dad. At 8 o'clock last night, police say an armed intruder wielding a knife broke into Salvatore Andrula's Albion home, demanding his car keys, punching the 84-year-old in the face. Those wails are coming from the burglar, who was pinned to the ground by Salvatore's son Joey. He lives in the house behind his dad's.
Hopefully he punched the absolute fuck out of him. Imagine that. That makes my blood boil. Punching an 84-year-old man in the face. What an absolute piece of shit. I know I'm getting a bit revved up there, but you wouldn't want to think if someone did that to your dad or your mum, just how much that'll just charge you up.
Police arrived within minutes, begging the 50-year-old to let the intruder go.
Hey, mate, let him go. Let him go.
It's alleged the armed intruder stabbed Joey multiple times.
He'd just been defending his family, and he's lucky he lives next door to his parents. It just would have been like natural instinct.
The number of violent home invasions have spiked, prompting a motion which will be presented to State Parliament this week to review self-defence laws, potentially giving residents more rights to protect their homes.
You see that, right? So this guy, hang on. So let's just replay and just analyse that footage. Or that, you couldn't see the footage, you could hear it. So they had the police screaming at the dude to let go of the guy who'd punched and robbed his elderly father. Just have a think about that. They weren't running up and laying into the guy on the ground and trying to put cuffs on him. They're shouting at the guy protecting his elderly father and their property to get off the guy in a threatening tone with weapons drawn. We're backwards here. If that happened in America, the guy would have bullet holes in him.
An aggravated burglary where people are home is happening every single hour here in this state. We need to have that review.
The laws in this area are proportionate. In the case of emergency, the safest thing to do would be to call Victoria Police.
Oh yeah, some guy comes in, you're 84 years old, some guy kicks your door in, punches you in the face. Oh, sorry mate, hang on, stop punching me in the face. I'm going to ring the cops. That's such it's like such a response you'd hear, like a politician's response, like a school teacher, when someone bullying a kid. Oh, come and tell us about it. Don't retaliate.
The government's a disgrace.
Tonight, Joey's wounds have been stitched. His dad remains in hospital, so too does their attacker, who's in a stable condition under police guard. Jordan Quinn, 7 News.
No, good. Anyway, I'm not going to say anything else about that. As you can say, I'm pretty annoyed about that. Who'd want that to be, as you said, your elderly mother or father being attacked by some absolute piece of shit. And he's lucky that other guy didn't just absolutely end him.
Melbourne families are increasingly arming themselves in response to the soaring number of home invasions. Legal experts say they're well within their rights to fight back, but self-defence has its limits.
He slept with a baseball bat under his bed for 3 years, but Aaron Monk never thought he'd actually have to use it. On Monday, he and his fiancée were woken by an intruder.
I didn't really have a chance to think. It was, fight or flight.
He came face to face with the thief in the kitchen.
I instantly jumped out of bed and grabbed a baseball bat, stormed through the door.
You get him, mate.
And said, you've picked the wrong house, mate.
The father didn't think twice.
I would have taken a swing. It's, that was a non-negotiable.
How's that for a reenactment? They're like, yeah, come grab your baseball bat and come and storm out the front and look menacing.
It's protecting the family.
Across the state, aggravated burglaries are up by 18%.
It's becoming a time where everyone's now starting to arm themselves.
Legal experts say Mr. Monk was well within his rights.
If you've got a bat in your hand and they come at you, you're entitled to defend yourself.
But self-defence has its limits.
What you're not entitled to do is chase them down the driveway and use the bat then as a weapon.
7 News has been...
Why not? Because you're trying to get them off your property. You're trying to defend yourself still. You got to think about how they pick these things. Oh, well, you didn't act in a most appropriate manner. It's like, hang on. You've woken up in the middle of the night. You've got a family under your roof and you got some guy in your house and you come face to face with him. Well, you're not going to chase him out and try and tackle him to the ground or something? Or lay a few into him for his troubles? So once again... you can't fight back. Well, what, you can defend yourself if they're coming, and how do you prove that?
Been told police are now investigating if the aggravated burglary is linked to 2 others in the area that happened on the same morning and within the same time frame. A firm
Get 'em, Bazza.
final message.
Don't come back.
Yeah! Get him, Bazza. Fucking yes!
Zervos, 7 News.
All right, thanks guys for watching. See you in the next video.